I'm Kelso Sturgeon. I want to welcome you again to another session of Handicapping 101. Have a lot to talk about and a little time to do it, so let's jump right in. You know, when I first came to Las Vegas, the most shocking development or thing I discovered immediately in this town is there are a lot of people who say they're handicappers and big bettors and whatever, but in essence they were just followers. They never handicapped anything. They just followed a certain group of people to the windows and made their wagers, and they were walking around broke then. They're walking around broke now because they still follow. Now let me explain what I'm talking about. The wise guys are a powerful force in this town, and they're everything that they're advertised to be. They are by far the sharpest bettors of all, and their understanding of betting lines and the performance abilities of football teams are second to none. They know what they're doing. They bet on winners. They've been known to make million-dollar scores. Against that background, I guess it's easy to follow. But there's a real problem. You know, when the wise guys bet, they get down at, let's say, a -4 on a team, and those that follow, they have to lay 5 or 6 or maybe 6.5 and 7. And at what point do you lose the value? The wise guys got down at the right price, the followers never did. And that brings me to a very important issue. Whether it be wise guy money or a line movement forced by something else, I'd like you to understand something about following line movement, which I observe, by the way. I don't disregard it. But I did a study over 5 years of line movements of both college and NFL football games, and it might shock you a little bit to know that a line move is correct, but 50% of the time. That means a line move is wrong 50% of the time. I don't know what it means, but it makes me very nervous about letting a line move be the basic element that I follow in my handicapping. I'm not a follower. I do my own handicapping, call my own shots, win, lose, or draw. Anyway, keep it in mind, 50% of the time the line move is correct. Now, on to handicapping football a la Kelso Sturgeon. I had a bad week last week. I'd be the last person in the world to try to tell you that I didn't. Thankfully, I closed it out with some nice winners, getting a 15-unit winner on the New York Jets on Sunday night, coming back with a 50-unit side and total parlay winner on the Chicago Bears and the under against Green Bay on Monday night. I think that I'm back on my way again, and I appreciate your patience. We will get the money for you, and it all begins Thursday night when I release my 50-unit Big 12 Conference Game of the Year. It's Texas A&M at Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State's a 3-point favorite. I have a very strong opinion on this game. You can win it on this website, or you can get it toll-free at 1-800-755-2255. The one thing for sure, you don't want to miss this game. I will get the money. My 50-unit Big 12 Conference Game of the Year. And now on to just a few handicapping hints and notices that I think that you need to know. First of all, just a reminder, a football game is official for betting purposes after it's been played for 55 minutes. 54 minutes and 59 seconds doesn't count. It must go 55 minutes. And I bring this up again because of all the bad weather we seem to be experiencing. Last week, for instance, there were 3 college games delayed anywhere from a minute to more than an hour, as was the Maryland game. You must understand, a game must go 55 minutes to be official for betting purposes. Do not let a bookmaker convince you of anything else. Now a little insight into what's going on. I chart and graph all college and NFL football teams because I've formulated a way that I can tell when a team is about to fall off the edge of the world, and I have 4 of those teams I want to share with you today. Boston College is about to fall off the edge of the world. Saturday, they're a 2.5-point home underdog to Notre Dame. Duke is in the same profile. They're a 7.5-point underdog at Maryland. Tennessee, the same profile. They're a 16.5-point underdog at LSU. And last but not least, Wake Forest is about to fall off the edge of the world. A 10-point underdog at home to Georgia Tech. Now for 5 teams that I know that are underrated by a point or 2, you certainly have some edge with them. The 5 underrated teams this week, and well for the season so far, Central Michigan, Central Florida, Toledo, UCLA, and Nevada. This is not a suggestion to bet on any or all these teams, but merely to let you know there are 4 teams that are about to fall off the edge of the world and 5 teams that you do have an edge with the betting lines. Thank you very much for watching. I'll be right back here at on Saturday morning with all the highlights of Saturday football. Thank you very much.